Okay, hello everyone. This is Mr. C of Mr. C's Homeschool Music Academy. Good morning and welcome. This is your drum lesson, day number 4. Okay, so today make sure you have your drumsticks, of course. Make sure you have a drum pad or your actual drum. Make sure you can have your materials handy, okay? And your instrument handy, I should say. And now over here behind me is the drum example, 4 measures, 1, 2, 3, 4, a 4 measure drum example that we are going to be using, going to be learning, I should say. Okay, and so pay careful attention to everything that's in the board. The first thing I'm going to do is direct you to everything that is on the board, explain how things are going, okay, with rhythms and everything. And then we're going to get to learn to actually play it. Now, here's the thing. I have the chat box open. So if you have any questions whatsoever, please, by all means, type in a question in the comment section, I should say. Type in a question, anything that you need to know, please let me know, and I will answer those questions for you, okay? If not, if you don't want to do it during the lesson, that's okay. You always have time, my students, on the dashboard. If you're an Academy member, then you have time on the dashboard to just ask the question later on, and I'll definitely get back to you, okay? But during this lesson, you have the opportunity to ask any questions that you might have, okay? So let's get right to it, everybody. Here we go. Let's make sure we have, again, our drumsticks, drum pads, or the actual drum. Have it in front of you, and let's get ready to drum. Here we go. So I'm getting my drum pad over here, bucket supporting it over here just for height, okay? But first things first, let's get right to what's on the board, okay? So I just want you guys to be able to see me. Okay, so here we go. Take a good look. We have the first measure. First of all, we're in a 4/4 meter again, okay? We're going to be using a 4/4 meter. Our top number tells us that there are 4 beats in every measure. The bottom number over here, the bottom number 4, tells us that the quarter notes are worth 1 beat each. Okay, I have a note values answer key over here on the bottom in blue, and so we can take a look at our notes that we're going to be dealing with. So again, meter tells us everything before we start. All right, 4 beats per measure, and the quarter note gets 1 beat. In order for it to be 4 beats per measure, just so that I'm clear, everybody, that number 4 has to be the top number of the meter. In order for the quarter note to equal 1 beat, the bottom number has to be a number 4. Okay, it can't be any other number. It's got to be a number 4 in order for us to know that every quarter note will be worth 1 beat. And then all the other notes that we work on will go as follows. So for instance, look at our note values over here. Again, our quarter note is equal to 1 beat. Our half note, whenever you see half notes, whether the stems are up or down, notice from between the snare part. Remember, again, our snare part is at the top, okay, in this top space. And our bass drum part, which we're going to be stomping with our foot if you don't have an actual bass drum, okay, you're going to be playing over here on the bottom, okay? So this is your bass drum part, and this is your snare drum part, okay? You know this for a fact, again, that this is the snare drum part because it has hand coordinations. You have your R for right, your L for left, okay? So you have all your coordinations at the top. And then at the bottom with the bass drum part, there are no hand coordination whatsoever because you're only using 1 foot, okay? Whether it be your left or your right foot, doesn't matter, whichever you're comfortable with, okay? You're still going to be stomping or using that foot to press the bass drum pedal to play these particular notes, okay? So here we go. Our note values again, quarter note equals 1 beat, okay? Some of them you see with the stems going up like this one. And then some of them at the bottom in the bass drum part, you see the stems going down. But this is the same as these, okay? They are still quarter notes, and they are worth 1 beat each. Here we have our half note, okay? Our half note, it's an empty circle. It's an empty, not colored in note head, as opposed to the quarter note where the note head is colored in. The stem is up on the half note, and you have 2 beats. It is equal to 2 beats in length, okay? However, 2 beats held, I should say. They're held for 2 counts. But, however, some of them you see as stem up, and there are the ones in this bass drum part where the stems are down, okay? Those are still half notes. Even if the stem is down, it's still a half note, just like this one where the stem is up. And they're worth 2 beats each, okay? And then lastly, you have the just a circle, okay, just a note head, okay, where the circle is empty, not colored in like the quarter note, and like the half note, unlike the half note and the quarter note, there is no stem attached to it. It's just a circle, and so those are your whole notes, okay, and so the whole notes basically they're worth 4 beats. You're gonna hit and hold for 4 counts. So let's actually take our drumsticks, okay? Let's take our drumsticks, right? And let's play a quarter note so that we're very sure on how that rhythm should feel. Okay, so our quarter note just simply goes like this. Okay, that's 1 beat, right? Because they're only worth 1 beat. So everybody hit a quarter note with your sticks, everybody, and go. Great job. Okay, and now with our half notes, okay, we're going to do this for our half notes. We're going to hit our sticks, okay, again, kind of like, form it in an X right now. And you're going to hit your sticks. You're going to hit on beat 1 and hold over to beat 2. You're going to count over to 2. So you're going to go 1, hold, 2. Everybody, let's do that. Ready? And half note, go. 1, hold, 2. This way you understand how that feels, okay? And then your whole note is, again, worth 4 beats in length. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to hit on beat 1 for a whole note, but you're going to hold over for 3 more counts to total 4 counts, to total 4 beats. So it's going to go 1, hold, 2, hold, 3, hold, 4. Everybody, let's do that together. Ready? And hit. Go. 1, hold, 2, hold, 3, hold, 4. Now, let's do the very same thing from our note value answer key, but this time, let's do it on our drum. So everybody, you're not going to see my face for a while. That's okay, because what's going down right here is far more important. Make sure if you're sitting, your posture is good, sitting up nice and straight with your shoulders relaxed. If you're standing, that's also good. Standing up, back straight, shoulders relaxed. Let's make sure wherever we are, sitting or standing, pinch grip on the sticks. So let's get to our technique again. Pinch grips, and the other 3 fingers on each hand, you're going to wrap around lightly. Make sure they're curled around, by the way. Sometimes students like to do this. Then I say wrap it around lightly, and they keep straight fingers on the other 3 fingers there. Still curl it, just don't do a full fist grab, okay? That's the difference. So pinch, 3 fingers wrap around light, okay? Same with the other hand. Elbow slightly out, angle your sticks above your drum or drum pad in the center. And then you're going to make sure you use your wrist, okay, for the stroke. Making sure that every time you hit, you're floating your drum, your drumstick tip just above the drum pad or drum. Just like that. So you're not going to let it fall, okay? Don't get into that habit. Use that wrist, control each stroke, continue to float each hit above the drum, okay? Just like so. So now let's continue over here. Again, let's do a quarter note let's do it on the left hand, right? Let's do just 1 quarter note on the left hand and that's worth 1 beat. So everybody ready? And give me a quarter note, go. There you go, there's a quarter note, right? Now on the right hand, let's do a half note. You're going to hit and still float it above, but then count and hold over to 2. So it's going to be 1, hold, 2. Everybody, let's do that. Ready? And half note. Go. 1, hold, 2. All right? Now on the left hand, let's proceed to the left hand. We're going to do a whole note, which is held for 4 counts. So you're just going to go 1, hold, 2, hold, 3, hold, 4. Everybody, let's do our whole note on the left hand. And go. 1, hold, 2, hold, 3, hold, 4. Notice how steady I'm keeping that count, by the way. Now I didn't give you a tempo count, okay? So if we were doing a moderate tempo, I would count you in like so. I'd go 1, 2, ready, then play, and 1, hold, 2, hold, 3, hold, 4. And then off, okay? So that's how we would just keep a steady count if that was our tempo, okay? Now if I wanted you to go faster, FYI, if I wanted you to go faster, I count you in this way. 1, 2, ready, here I go, and 1, hold, 2, hold, 3, hold, 4, and off. Okay? So you see how I go much fast. I counted myself in to go at a faster pace, because that's what the tempo is. It's really just the pace of whatever song we're doing. Okay, so it's again, I counted at that tempo and I played at that tempo. Okay, but for our purposes, I'm gonna keep at a moderately slow, not too slow, but moderate tempo from beginning to end as we learn to play this. Okay, as we learn to play this four measure. Again, how do we know there's four measures? Because of the bar lines. Okay, the bar lines separate and create these little boxes of notes to be held, making sure that we also stay within the rule of the meter where there has to be 4 beats per measure. So in this measure, there's going to be 4 beats. This one, 4 beats, and so on and so forth. And then, but by the way, but make sure you don't make this mistake, students, that just because I have a 4/4 meter does not mean that we are that we're expected to have 4 beats within the measure. Sorry, let me say that again. It doesn't mean we're expected to have 4 measures. Okay, a lot of my students like to say whenever I ask you just to test them, what does it mean when we have a 4/4 meter? And they immediately say that there are going to be 4 measures in the song. That's not true. You could have 10 measures. You could have 20. You could have 100 measures in a particular song, if that's what the song entails. If it's supposed to be a very long song, you can have hundreds of measures in a particular song. Okay, that is 4/4 meter. Okay, and it doesn't mean, but the meter does not tell us. Again, it doesn't dictate to us how many measures there's going to be. It only dictates to us how many beats in every measure and which note gets which note gets 1 beat, which in this case it's a quarter note. Okay, because there's a number 4 at the bottom of that meter. So that number 4 at the bottom of the meter again tells us that every quarter note will be 1 beat, and the top number again only tells us there are 4 beats in every measure. However many measures there are, that is of no consequence. It doesn't matter. Okay, this example has 4 measures. If I wanted to do a 20 measure example on a 4/4 meter, I could do that. Okay, so that's the idea. But let's learn how to play this, everybody. So here we go. We're going to start with the snare part. Let's do the snare part so we make sure that we have our coordination. Okay, so in the first measure we have 4 quarter notes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 beat each, and we're going from right to left, right to left. Okay, so it would be played like so: right, left, right, left. Okay, everybody, let's play that snare part in the first measure. Here we go on my count, and just right, left, 1 beat each. Here we go. 1, 2. Here's the tempo. Let's play. And right, left, and off. Make sure again you're using that wrist action, okay, for every stroke, and floating each tip above the drum surface. Okay, that's what we want there. Now, in the next measure number 2, in the snare part, we have our left, right, left, but we got quarter note, half note. Half note again is 2 beats long. So when we're playing this example right here, we have the left, we have right, and then we hit the left again. Left, hold 2. Again, that last note in the snare part is left, hold 2. So we're going to again play that whole measure in total. Left, right, left, hold 2, and then off. Okay, let's try it together. Here we go on my count, second measure. And here's the tempo. 1, 2, ready, and left first. Go left, right, left, hold 2, and off. Okay, that's how we do our second measure there. Okay, now third measure is a whole note, 4 beats long. We only need 1 whole note to fill the measure in our 4 beat meter because it's 4 beats long to begin with. Okay, so when we play a whole note in the right hand, we're gonna go right, hold 2, hold 3, hold 4, and off. Okay, that's what we have in our right hand, everybody. Here's my tempo. Get ready, get in your readiness position, and here's my tempo. 1, 2, ready, right hand whole note. Go right, hold 2, hold 3, hold 4, and off. Okay, now last measure, we have 4 quarter notes again, just like the first measure in the snare part, but this time it starts on the left, right. Then guess what? We hit right again in the third beat, and then left. So left, right, left. Okay. See, we're just making these different combinations now with our coordination. So it's gonna go left, right, right again, left. Okay, and then off. Everybody got that? Let's do that. Here we go. Last measure on the snare part. Left, right, left. Here we go. On my count. Readiness, please. And 1, 2, ready. Left hand first. And left, right again, right, and left, and off. Okay? That's what we want there. So if we were to play this whole thing together, let's do that together. Keep your eyes on the music now. We're going to play the entire, all 4 measures, but just in the snare part, everybody. Here we go, on my count. Starting with the right hand, quarter notes. Keep your eyes on the quarter notes, changes to half notes and whole note and all that. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. Right hand, here we go, and right. Left, right, left. Now left again, left, right, left half note, left, hold 2. Now right whole note, right, hold 2, hold 3, hold 4, quarter note left, right, right again, and left, and off. Okay, that's what we have, those 4 quarter notes at the end of that. All right, and that's how we play our snare part. Now, it is time for the bass part, okay? So actually, I am going to sit down. I'm going to be sitting down. Here we go. And I'm going to adjust the camera. Okay. Actually, before I even adjust the camera to my drum part, okay, to the drum pad, I should say, let's go over the bass drum part over here. So now we have something different going on. We have our half notes. We got 2 half notes in the first measure. We have a whole note in the second measure. Remember, the half notes are 2 beats each. Okay, a whole note is 4 beats long. And then we have quarter notes. We're stomping with our foot again. 1 beat each in the bass drum part, third measure. Then in the last measure, we have a half note combined with 2 quarter notes. Okay? So if we were playing with our foot, we're gonna stomp, right? We're gonna do that. So if we're doing that, we would take our 2 half notes in the first measure. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, so you can see my lap just kind of going like this. Okay, I use my right leg. You could use your left if that makes it easier. Okay, actually, I'm going to adjust it so that you guys can see everything that's going on in the bass drum part. Okay, so take a good look. First measure has us. Okay, you're gonna see lift my leg. You won't see my foot, but you'll see me lift my leg for the rhythms. Okay, and just do a nice stomp. Okay. When you do your first measure, you have that 2 half notes. So it's going to go 1, hold 2, then 3, hold 4. Okay, just like that, just holding. All right, you're holding for 2, counting over for 2 beats. It's going to sound. It's not going to sound like you're holding anything, but you're counting over. Okay, you're counting that hold every time you do it. So again, it's going to go 1, hold 2, 3, hold 4. Let's count you in, guys. Okay, here's my tempo. 1, 2, ready. Half notes, bass drum, and 1, hold 2, 3, hold 4. Okay, so it's 1 hit each, but hold over to 2. 1, hold 2, 3, hold 4. Then with our whole note, what do we got? Just 1 hit, hold for 4 counts. So here you're going to go 1, hold 2, hold 3, hold 4. Let's do it together. Here we go. Here's my tempo. 1, 2, ready, and second measure, whole note. 1, hold 2, hold 3, hold 4, and off. Okay, so that's what we got there. And then our third measure, 4 quarter notes. So that means we're going to be stomping 1 beat each, okay? You're going to be stomping at each quarter note, okay? Same thing, guys. Here's my tempo count. Third measure, and 1, 2, ready, let's play. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and off. All right, so that's our bass drum part in the third measure. And then last measure, half note, 2 beats, 2 quarter notes, 1 beat each on beats 3 and 4. Okay, let's play that together. Actually, just so you get a good idea of what that should sound like, watch this. 1, hold 2, then 3, 4. Okay, let's play it together. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and half note. Go. 1, hold 2, 3, 4, off. All right, that's how we do it. Let's play all 4 measures, bass drum part. Here we go, guys. Take it from the beginning and starting on the half note. Here goes. 1, 2, ready, half note first. Let's go. And 1, hold 2, 3, hold 4, whole note. 1, hold 2, hold 3, hold 4, quarter note, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and then half note. 1, hold 2, quarter notes, 3, 4, and off. All right. Now, here's the tricky part. How do we do it in combination with the snare? Okay, now we're looking to play the snare and the bass drum together at the same time. And as you can see, there are different things going on. Okay, so we're getting a little bit more deeper into the multitasking. We started it off last week where we had snare and bass. Hopefully you guys have practiced from the last video and day 3 of drums, that you've practiced the previous example. That will prepare you for this example, which is a little bit more involved. Okay, guys? So let's take it from the first measure, shall we? And this time I'm going to show you my drum pad so I can see what's going on in combination with what's going on with my foot, okay? So yeah, you're gonna see not my foot, but my leg, okay? Just stomping when we need to do our bass drum part, okay? You've seen the example. I can't show you the, unfortunately, there's no, I'm wondering. Well, you'll see, guys, you'll see this example on your practice chart, okay? The practice chart will have this example there for you, okay? So just make sure that you use that as a reference, okay? But trust me, when everything that I'm showing you that's on the board will be on that practice chart and is exactly what you need to practice, okay? So actually, I'm just gotta move my camera a little bit. The camera's kind of in the way of my elbow. Okay, you don't see it, but it's there. Okay, so grab your sticks, pinch grip, 3 fingers wrap around lightly on each hand, elbow slightly out, angle your sticks above your hitting surface, okay? Get that ready, okay? Or whether you're at a drum too, again, if you have a drum set, then you could be really using your foot to play the bass drum, okay? But this is if you don't have that, you have your drum pad and you have your foot to simulate the bass drum part, okay? So in the first measure, we have 4 quarter notes in the snare, right, left, and then at the same time, we have the bass drum part, which is 2 half notes, okay? Notice this, okay? Your bass drum part, the first half note is lined up with the first beat of your quarter notes there in the snare part. So when you come in with your snare and your bass, you're going to come in at the same time. You're going to come in like 1 while you stomp, okay? So while your leg is holding for 2 beats, you're doing a right and left, okay? Show you what that looks like in the first 2 beats, just in the first 2 beats. This will hold for 2 counts while you hit right and left for the first 2 counts of that measure. Watch this. It's going to go right, left, and off. This is going to hit once as a hold for your half note, and you're in the meantime that you're holding for 2, you're going 1, 2 from your right and your left. Let me show you that again. It goes 1, 2, off. Okay, so that's what we have there. And then in the next 2 beats, guess what? in the next two beats, you have the same exact thing. You have your half note on the third beat aligned up with your quarter note in the third beat of your snare. They're lined up. So you're going to hit your bass at the same time you hit your quarter note on your third beat, and you're going to hold over to beat 4 with your half note, but you're going to hit beat 4 in your snare with your left hand, right, left, okay? So that's how that's going to go, and this is what that looks like. Same as the first two beats. You're going to go right, left, or I should say 3, 4, okay? That's what you have going on there. So if we were to put the whole measure together, this is what it would look like. Watch this. It would go right, left, okay? Off. Let's do that together, everybody. Here we go on my count. Ready? Get in this readiness position, and here we go. 1, 2, ready. Let's play. And right, left, okay? So for each, so beat 1 and beat 3 are the times where you stomp and hold, and you hit every note, every quarter note on each hand with your snare, okay? Now, watch this. So take a look at the second measure. Now you have the whole note in the bass where you're going to hit on beat 1, hold for 4 counts. But while you're hitting once with your foot, okay, you're going to come in at the same time with your left hand on the quarter note and just play that snare part. Left, right, and left, hold over, okay? Hold for until beat 4, from 3 to beat 4, which is a half note, 2 beats, okay? So basically all you're doing is you're coming in on the first beat with your whole note and your quarter note in the bass and snare, but everything else that you're playing in the snare, you're only hitting once and holding in the bass drum part. So what does that look like? Watch this. We got the left, right, left, hold 2. It's going to start on your left. You're going to come in again with your bass drum part at the same time, and it's going to go left, right, left, hold 2, and off, okay? That's what we have there as the second measure. Let's do it together, starting on your left. Remember, it's left, right, left, hold 2, hold your bass for 4 counts for the entirety of what you're playing in the snare, okay? Here we go, on my count. 1, 2, ready, and left hand first, and left, right, left, hold 2, and off, okay? That's what we have there. Now, watch the third measure carefully. You have a whole note in your right hand on the snare, okay? You come in on the first beat. At the same time, you come in with your bass, with your quarter notes, but you're holding for 4 counts in the snare, that right hand, while the bass drum, you're just hitting 1, 2, 3, 4. So the time that you're holding with your whole note, you are doing 4 separate notes in your bass drum, okay? Like this. Watch this. So it's going to, I'm sorry, you start on your right for your whole note while you're tapping with your foot 4 times, 4 quarter notes each. It goes right, hold 2, hold 3, hold 4. Okay? I'm holding here, but I'm stomping here. Okay? Let me show you that again. It goes right, hold 2, hold 3, hold 4, and off. Okay? So again, for bass drum part, stomp 4 times, counting to 4, but hold in the right hand your snare. Let's do it together. Here we go. Third measure. And on my count. 1, 2, ready, let's play it. And right, hold 2, hold 3, hold 4, and off. Okay? That's what we have there in the third measure. And now last and final measure. Here we go. Our last and final measure. We have the 4 quarter notes in the snare going left, right, right. Meantime, in the first 2 beats of our left, right of the snare, you're holding a half note for 2 beats in your bass, in the bass part, okay? So what does that look like in the first 2 beats? Let's do that. Let's make sure we have that. So in the first 2 beats, we start with our left, we go right, But at the same time you come in with your left, you're coming with a half note and holding for 2 counts. Watch this. Me first. It's going to go left, right. Okay, and that's all for now. Okay, I'm holding 2 beats here. At the same time, I'm coming in with the left. Why do we come in with at the same time with the bass and the snare? Let me emphasize this, is that the left and the bass are on the very first beat. You come in at the same time. Okay, they're lined up right on top of each other. Okay, but then after that, in the next 2 beats, you have the right again with a quarter note bass lined up right on top of each other. So they come in at the same time in beat 3, and then another quarter note with your bass on beat 4 with your left hand in the snare. So you're going to do, while you're doing right, left, you're also stomping twice. Boom, boom, okay? What does that look like? Let me show you. So that's going to go right, left, 2 bass hits, okay, at the same time. Here we go, and it's going to go right, left. Notice I stomp twice for each quarter note I hit on my snare because that's in the bass part. So it's right, left. That's what we want, okay? Now, the whole thing, the whole measure is going to look like this. We start again with our left with a half note, left, right with a half note, and then right, left with 2 quarter notes. Watch me. It's going to go like this. Left, right, and right, left. That's how we end it. Right, left. Okay? That's how we end it. Let me show you that one more time. So it's going to go, starting with the left again, half note in the bass, and it goes left, right, and right, left, off. Okay? That is the whole 4th measure. Let's do it together, everybody. Readiness. Here we go. On my count. 1, 2, ready. Left hand first and half note bass. Left, right, and right, left. A bass for each right, left in the last 2 beats. Okay? Let's do it again. One more time. Last measure. Starting on the left. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. Let's play it. And left, right, and right, left, off. Okay? All right. Guess what? We're going to have to do all 4 measures, bass and snare. Okay? All 4 measures, bass and snare from the beginning to the end. Okay? Again, when you guys are able to print out or just have handy on the computer screen the actual PDF, oh my goodness, the practice chart, okay, of this particular example. Have it there, have it ready so that you can see everything that's going on. But for now, you're going to follow me right now. We're going to do it together. Okay, actually, I'm going to show you what it looks like first in total, and then we're going to do it once together. Okay, so here we go. Eyes on what I'm doing here. Okay, me first, starts on the right, half notes on the bottom. Okay, second measure is 2 quarter notes and a half note with a whole note in the bass. Third measure is whole note on the snare, while 4 quarter notes in the bass, and then you have 4 quarter notes again, left, right, right, left in the snare with a half note and 2 quarter notes. Okay, here in the bass. Let's take it from the beginning. Watch this. I'm gonna count myself in. All right, and I want you to watch what I'm doing first, and then we'll do it together. Here we go. 1, 2, and ready. Here I go. And right, left, and left, right, left, hold 2, and right, 2, 3, 4, and left, right, left, and off. That's how that goes, okay? Let's do it together, okay? Let's do it together on my count. Readiness position. I'm going to give you a nice tempo count. Make sure you're ready right here. Okay, let's play it again, starting again from the first measure. Right, left, quarter notes in the snare, 2 half notes. Hold for 2 beats each in the bass. That's the first measure. 2 quarter notes, left, right, and then a half note, left, hold 2, while you have a whole note for 4 counts in the bass. Then you have a snare on the right, whole note, hold for 4 counts while you're stomping 4 times for 4 quarter notes each in the bass clef. Okay, and then you have left, right, right, left, while you have in the bass half note, hold 2, and then quarter note, quarter note. Okay, let's do it together. Here we go on my count. 1, 2, nice and easy. And right hand first. Go right, left, right, left. Now left hand, left, right, left, hold 2. Now whole note right, right, 2, 3, 4. Now quarter notes left, left, right, and right, left, and off. That is our example. Everybody, did you all get that? Were you able to do that? Okay. If not, guys, that's okay. You're gonna have the practice chart. You're gonna have it in front of you. You're gonna have this video available to you. You could just replay it and practice what we just went over in repetition. Okay. Just checking to see if there are any comments, any questions in the comments. I'm just looking right now. I see nothing. That's okay. All right. So you have those things available. Okay. How do we practice this? You know the drill. 10 times a day. 10 times a day, no more, no less. Make sure you're practicing it consecutively every day. Just for 10 times, that's it. Don't try to over practice this. Okay. If you need to, like the way in the beginning when we were first learning how we were breaking it up from measure to measure. First, we were doing the snare. Then we just did the bass. Then we did it measure by measure. Then we did the whole thing. Okay. That is how you just kind of, break it up like that. Do it 10 times each measure first. Then 10 times the whole thing. Okay. But stay on that regimen 10 times a day. Okay. Once you really have each part, then do it in total and do it 10 times per day. That's how you're going to get better at doing this. Okay. That's how we practice. Great job, everybody. Let's give ourselves a nice stick applause. Great job, everybody. And we are done. Okay. So those practice charts will be available to you. Practice 10 times a day. And as always, I wish you, my students, I wish you happy practicing. Everyone, take care of yourselves and have a great rest of the day. Bye-bye.